I feel like that's the kind of pour that people would think I might like.
Oh, no.
Because it's not sweet.
Oh, it's definitely not sweet.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of sweet.
Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Erin.
And we are back with another First Sip episode. These are a recurring video series that we do here on Mondays where we try something we've never tried before. We're completely unfamiliar with it. And we draw these samples at random from our blind sample pool so that we don't even know what we're drinking.
Yep.
So it's a lot of fun. This way you guys get the most honest and unbiased opinions possible. We don't have a bottle in our face, a label, a price, none of that. You'll see us rate it and then find out if the price changes our rating before we find out what we're drinking. Let's go ahead and get it right on the nose and find out what we're working with here.
This smells like wet paint drying.
Whoa.
Like
yeah.
You recently repainted some of our rooms, and this is what it smelled like after you were done painting and I walked into the room and the paint was drying. This is what that smelled like.
This smells to me like just straight up funky grains.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if it's wheat or rye or whatever, but it just smells funky.
Bringing the funk?
I know I don't like it. I don't know if I even appreciate it or not.
Oh, interesting.
This smells weird and wild, and I don't know how to feel. So let's just go ahead and drink it because that makes the most sense, right? Something smells a little off to you, just go ahead and put it in your mouth.
Yeah.
Here you go. Oh. 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 Oh, it's so bad.
I mean, it's not good.
It's just not, well.
It's not that bad.
I should have expected what I got on the palate from the nose, but I thought maybe that wouldn't be the case.
It tastes like dried, charred cardboard.
Yeah, that's a good, accurate
like
description.
Cardboard that somebody just stuck a little flame to for a second. It didn't catch on fire.
Wow, yeah, the funky grainness comes through on the palate.
I'm not getting much flavor though. I'm not getting caramel, vanilla.
Unfortunately, I am.
I'm getting oak, but I'm not getting fruit. I'm getting oak. I'm getting charred oak, which kind of comes off like cardboard to me. So
this to me is when somebody talks about a crafty, farmy whiskey. This is what I imagine in my brain.
See, when you say farmy, I think barnyard taste.
Yeah, and I think it's a misattribution, if that's a word, but I don't think this actually smells like an actual barnyard or a farm or anything like that. But what it does smell like, if you're at a farm where there's a lot of grains that are sitting around, this smells like those grains that are just sitting around.
Like in a silo or something.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a grainy mustiness to it.
Okay, yeah.
And this has got to be a funky rye.
You think so?
I think this is a funky, funky rye.
I'm going to taste it again.
Oh, I guess I am too. Let's go.
Yeah. It grains, just dried grains sitting in a silo. Are you okay?
Oh boy.
Are you going to be okay after this?
All right. So if I were going to compliment this glass, I would say that it is like a piece of toast with honey on it. However, that would make it sounds like it tastes good, and it does not. To me, this is not for me, personally speaking. This is not a bottle I would reach for. A few weeks ago, we had Iron Root Harbinger in one of these first sips, and that was like this, but better and more fun and more interesting.
Yeah, I agree.
And it made me happy, even though I didn't like it. This is making me sad because I don't like it.
And you don't want to drink it anymore? I
don't want to drink it anymore, but look, I don't think it's a badly crafted pour of whiskey.
It's just not
for me.
For you. And
it's really not for me.
Yeah, I don't love it. I'm not going to lie. But I don't think I have the aversion to it that you're having right now.
Yeah. Okay, so let me establish this. We've got the toast and the honey. I'm going to take a sip and focus on the body and the finish, and I'll get a rating.
Okay.
I want to, even though it's not for me, and I know that right now, I can at least, we can try to give something constructive out of this rather than just a bunch of wild reactions because This thing has hit me super sideways. One more sip, I guess.
For me, it's still staying cardboard. It's not getting any worse or any better. It's just straight up, I feel like liquefied cardboard was put in here. So I have my rating. Yeah,
it can't get much worse, to be fair. The finish is sticking around, unfortunately, for quite a while. And the body's not bad. I mean, it's coming across like it's about 100 proof on flavor, I would say. I think it drinks under that proof, but the finish is lingering.
Yeah, it's like 100, 104, up to, I
think it's higher.
104.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's give this thing some ratings, find out the price, see if that changes our ratings, and then we'll wrap this up so I can go scrape my tongue. Where are you at on this on this pour?
I'm actually a thumbs down. It's
oh, shocker.
I'm not as like hater on it as you are, but not my profile. Too dry. There's not any other flavor there other than the drying oak, and I want something else because drying oak is not a flavor that I like. So I'm thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm going thumbs down too. I'm getting the toast, the honey. There's the molasses on the back end.
See, I didn't get any of that.
I'm getting all that dark stuff on the back end. Leather and molasses and
maybe
a little bit of oak.
Leather, but I don't want leather and cardboard.
Yeah,
that's not for me.
It tastes like hot leather. All right, let's find out what we've been drinking and see if the price will change our feelings.
Hot leather.
Even if it were $15, it's not going to change my thumbs down. But let's go ahead and find out.
Okay.
In our first sip sample pool, this is sample number 79.
Okay.
So the price is...
This is $50.
Okay, this is going to be I'm going to stay thumbs down.
I'm going to stay at thumbs down. With that being said, I do want to say that for me at that price point, that would be something I'd be willing to try and see if I liked it. Actually, I take that back. At that price point, I would probably get a pour of it at a bar first to see if I liked it before I spend $50 on a bottle.
No matter what this is, if you like stuff like really classic Kentucky bourbon or Kentucky and Indiana rye, I would recommend trying this at a bar before you buy $50 worth of a bottle of this, and then you're stuck with the rest of it.
This is not typical Kentucky bourbon flavor. Like if you like your normal Kentucky bourbon flavor profile, this is not that. This ain't that. So don't do I would not recommend this.
I would be stunned if this is not Texas. It's not for me. I would just buy the Iron Root Harbinger. Let's find out what it is. We are working with...
Hold on, I have to turn it this way because there's too many words.
Okay. Number 79.
Okay, it is Lee W. Sinclair Spirits of French Lick 4-grain bottled in bond. Wow, that's a mouthful.
Oh!
It is 100 proof. It is 100 proof. And this is thanks to Vin at Bourbon Spirits on Instagram. And he give us the Harbinger.
Vin's given us quite a lot of stuff. Yeah. So thank you so much, Vin, for this.
So talk to me about this one because I've never heard of this before.
Fred Minnick rants and raves about how good this is. Oh. And he talks about it being grain forward.
It is that.
Check.
Yep.
But this is a wild profile that you really... my mind is exploding in my skull right now because this to me tastes so much like a very crafty Texas whiskey that it's not that though.
I agree. Well, so what is it?
It's I think they're from like Indiana or something like that. Let's take another sip now that we know what we're drinking, and I don't know why. Let's take another sip.
You're a glutton for punishment. I'm still getting cardboard.
That is not it for me. Hey, Fred.
I want more.
Fred's got a good palate.
Yeah.
He knows what he's talking about.
I mean,
we are not professional whiskey tasters.
We're not.
But that ain't for us. This is a very interesting and enlightening first sip because I have almost bought a bottle of this multiple times because Fred has endorsed it so heavily. And he does, to be fair, he does talk about it being grain forward. But when he says those words... I don't expect this. I do not expect to be standing in the middle of a grain silo with a bunch of musty grains. Like, I thought he just meant a little bit. Gotcha. And this is a whole lot more than a little bit. Yeah. So proceed with caution. Maybe try a pour at a bar before you spend $50 on a bottle of this stuff.
I think that's all we can say about this.
Yeah, I think we're done here.
Yeah, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like the style of content, feel free to subscribe. We post these videos every week. And then also, if you want to be notified when we have our monthly live streams, hit that bell icon to be notified. Yeah, that's it.
Be good to each other, and until next time.
Cheers.